don't think I'm me. I know that sounds strange, and yeah, if I heard someone else say it, I'd probably tell them to see a psychiatrist, but it's true. I would never wear a striped sweater, and definitely not on a random day in July. I don't even own striped sweaters. Yet there I was in a photo inside a photo album my best friend's mom was showing me, grinning in a red and blue striped knit like it belonged on me. And that wasn't the only strange thing. Earlier this week, I came home from a month-long work trip. I was exhausted, dragging my suitcase through the door when my girlfriend greeted me. "Hey baby, I made your favorite meal. Eat it before it gets cold. I'm gonna go run a bath for us," Amy called over her shoulder. "Chicken parmesan." I didn't think much of it at the time. I was tired, hungry, and honestly touched by the gesture. I sat down and inhaled the food without hesitation. It was good. Really good. Too good. Halfway through rinsing my plate, it hit me. I don't even like chicken. I never have. I haven't eaten it since I was a kid. The texture makes my skin crawl. So why the hell did I eat an entire plate of it without even noticing? I shook it off. Jet lag, maybe. Or maybe I was just being dramatic. I got in the shower with Amy, didn't say anything, and we went to bed. The next morning, I was getting ready for work when Amy tossed me my keys and kissed me goodbye. I caught them midair and headed downstairs. Halfway, I felt them in my hand. Something was off. The grooves, the weight, they weren't mine. I looked down. Honda keys. I rushed back up the stairs. "Whose keys are these?" I asked, trying not to sound as shaken as I felt. Amy looked up from her coffee, brow furrowing. "What?" "These keys, Amy. They're not mine. I drive a Toyota, so whose are these? Don't play dumb." She blinked. "Honey, are you feeling okay? Those are your keys, stupid," she said with a soft laugh. "No, they're not." My voice dropped cold. Without saying a word, Amy disappeared into the hallway, then returned holding a framed picture. "That's you," she said, handing it to me. In the photo, I was standing next to a shiny new Honda Civic at a dealership. Huge smile, handshake with the salesman, wearing, of course, a striped sweater. "That was 6 months ago, babe, when I surprised you with the car. Do you seriously not remember?" I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. That was me. My face, my grin, my stance. But it felt like I was looking at a stranger with my skin. I hurried into the bedroom, pulled open the closet, and froze. Dozens of sweaters, striped, patterned, holiday-themed. My entire wardrobe looked like an ugly sweater convention. Amy followed me in, concern all over her face. "Jamie, are you okay? You're starting to worry me." "I'm fine," I lied. "Just didn't sleep well," I said, even though I slept like a baby. I kissed her on the cheek and left for work. Outside, the Civic sat gleaming in the driveway. It looked familiar now. I got in. It smelled like me. Air fresheners, black tree scent, LED lights under the dash, everything clean and organized. Exactly as I would have it, but it still felt wrong. Like I was stepping into someone else's life who just happened to be me. I arrived at the office late, feeling hazy. As I settled into my usual desk, a voice interrupted me. "Jamie, you're at my desk," said Andrew, my annoying coworker. I looked up. "What?" "No, I've always sat here. Just because I've been gone for a while doesn't mean you can steal my desk, Mountain Drew." "Mountain Drew? Seriously?" he muttered, pushing up his glasses. We had a bit of a back and forth, and 10 minutes later, I was in HR. "Do you know what your position is here?" the woman behind the desk asked. "Of course," I said. "I'm in charge of the Orbis project." "And what does that entail?" she asked, typing something. I opened my mouth, closed it, then opened it again. "I attend meetings, organize..." Wait, I blinked. "What is the relevance of this question?" I deflected. "Well," she said, swiveling her monitor slightly, "you're in the wrong department. Wrong floor, actually. And according to your file, you haven't been assigned to the Orbis project. That doesn't launch for another 2 months. You were moved to data processing last month after your last incident." My stomach dropped. "What incident?" She scrolled through my record with a practiced sigh. The one where you were caught dumping unmarked liquid into coworkers' lunches in the break room. Honestly, you're lucky you weren't fired. I sat frozen in the chair, every nerve in my body screaming. What the hell is happening to me? The words slipped out before I could stop myself. Excuse me? She asked. My face turned slightly red. I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time readjusting after the work trip. Okay, Mr. Jamie, why don't you just go on ahead back to your proper work area and try to stay out of trouble, please? The paperwork isn't easy on these old fingers, you know. Yes, of course, thank you, I said as I quickly and quietly whisked away back into the building. After asking around a bit, I finally made it to my actual desk. Everyone on that floor acted as if I belonged there. I got a quick rundown of my tasks and got right to it. Trying to not think about all the bizarre things that happened, I decided to put it out of mind and focus solely on work. About 30 minutes before I had to clock out, I decided to go through my emails. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I checked my drafts and saw my last draft dated on the day I went on to the work trip. Subject: Orbis. Sweet Red. It's not me. Take the call. It made no sense, but I didn't know what to make of it, so I just went back to work. Besides that first day back, everything else seemed to be running smoothly. I got through the week without any more hiccups. I didn't mention my apprehension to Amy because she is such a worrywart. That was until today. I had planned to visit my best friend's family for a weekend BBQ, kind of an unofficial celebration for his niece's upcoming graduation. I got there relatively early. Honestly, I was looking forward to it. I needed something familiar. But if I thought that today would bring me peace, I was wrong. The grill was already going when I got there. The scent of charcoal and barbecue sauce hit me before I even stepped out of the car. Kids were running around the yard with water guns, and someone had queued up an early 2000s playlist on a Bluetooth speaker. It felt right. I needed this. Familiar faces. I spotted Marcus, my best friend since middle school, near the back porch, beer in hand, laughing with his cousin. He lit up when he saw me. "Jamie, look who finally decided to show up," he said, pulling me into a quick hug. "Hey man, sorry I'm early. Didn't want to miss the ribs this time." "Smart move," he chuckled. "You're not still vegetarian, are you?" That made me pause. "I was never vegetarian," I said, half laughing. He blinked, then shrugged. "Oh, right, yeah." The moment passed, but something about it lingered. I grabbed a plate, made small talk, accepted a drink. For the first time all week, I felt like myself again until I wandered inside to use the bathroom. On the hallway wall, right before the guest bathroom, was a photo collage I'd seen a dozen times before. I'd even helped Marcus's mom hang it last year. But this time, something was off. At the center of the collage, surrounded by prom photos and school portraits, was a framed picture of me and Marcus at the lake house. I remember that trip, or at least I thought I did. But in the photo, I was wearing a striped sweater again. The same red and blue one from the dealership photo. I stared at it for a long time. My arm was around Marcus's shoulder. We were grinning, beers in hand, but there was something wrong with my face. Too wide a smile, almost posed, unnatural. Why would I even wear a sweater in the sweaty July weather at a lake anyway? "You okay?" a voice said behind me. I jumped. It was Marcus's mom, holding a bowl of potato salad. She smiled warmly. "Bathroom's just there, hun." I nodded. "Yeah, thanks. I don't remember this picture being here." She looked at it. "Oh, you two had so much fun that weekend. You don't remember? We printed that out the same night you all came back. You helped me pick the frame, Jamie." "Oh yeah, I must still be tired," I said quickly, slipping past her into the bathroom and locking the door behind me. I turned on the sink and stared at myself in the mirror. Same face, same eyes. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I was looking at someone else. I washed my face. Suddenly my phone buzzed. Unknown number. The area code was wrong. Too many digits. I answered without thinking. Jamie! A panicked voice cut through the speaker, echoing in the small bathroom. Who is this? I snapped. It's me. You. I'm you. What? Is this some kind of joke? Marcus, if this is you... No, please, just listen to me. Don't hang up. This is important. I need your help. I need to get back to my home. What the hell are you talking about? I asked. The Orbis project. It worked. We opened a gateway, a dimensional gate, but something went wrong. We didn't know it would swap us. I don't belong here, and you don't belong there. Number no, this isn't real. You're lying. I swear to you, we don't have much time. The longer we stay out of sync, the harder it'll be to return. We'll be lost, Jamie. My head was spinning. How is this even possible? What went wrong? I don't know exactly. There were variables we didn't account for, but I've been working on a fix. I think there's a way back. How do I know you're telling the truth? Have you noticed anything strange? People acting like you said or did things you don't remember? Preferences that don't feel like yours? I hesitated. Yeah, I don't like chicken. I do, I swallowed. This is your world? You're the one who drives the Honda Civic? Yeah, Amy bought it for me. And the sweaters? What's with all the striped sweaters? Sweaters. Your closet's full of them, and you're wearing one in every photo, even at the lake trip last July. He paused, then said, Who the hell wears a sweater in July? The line went silent for a moment, the weight of the revelation settling in. My mind raced, trying to piece together the fragments of this bizarre puzzle. If what this voice, my voice, was saying was true, then everything I had experienced over the past week suddenly made a twisted kind of sense. Okay, I said slowly, trying to keep my voice steady. Let's say I believe you. What do we do now? The voice on the other end let out a breath, a mix of relief and urgency. We need to find a way to reverse the swap. I've been researching, trying to figure out how to replicate the conditions that caused it in the first place. But I need your help. How can I help from here? I asked, glancing at the bathroom door, half expecting someone to burst in and tell me this was all a prank. I need you to access the Orbis project files. There's a specific sequence of data that might hold the key. It's on a secure server, and I can't get to it from here. I frowned, trying to recall anything from my supposed involvement with the Orbis project. But I don't even know where to start. I'm not even supposed to be on that project yet. You have access, the voice insisted. Or at least you should. Check your credentials. It's under a subfolder labeled Dimensional Sync. Dimensional Sync, I repeated, the words feeling foreign and yet oddly familiar. All right, I'll try. But if this is some kind of elaborate joke, I swear... It's not a joke, Jamie. Please, just trust me. We're running out of time. The call ended abruptly, leaving me alone in the bathroom with my thoughts. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. This was insane, but the evidence was mounting, and I couldn't ignore it any longer. I left the bathroom and rejoined the party, my mind elsewhere as I made my excuses and left early. Back at home, I booted up my laptop and logged into the company's network, my heart pounding with anticipation and dread. Navigating through the files, I found the Orbis project directory and, just as the voice had said, a subfolder labeled Dimensional Sync. My hands trembled as I opened it, revealing a series of encrypted files and data sequences. I worked late into the night, deciphering the information and piecing together the steps needed to reverse the swap. The more I uncovered, the more I realized how deep this project went. Experiments in quantum mechanics, theories on parallel universes, and the potential for dimensional travel. It was both exhilarating and terrifying, the implications of such technology staggering. But I couldn't afford to dwell on it. I had a mission, and time was of the essence. The next day, I called in sick to work, needing the time to focus on the task at hand. I gathered the necessary equipment and set up a makeshift lab in my apartment, following the instructions I had pieced together from the files. As I worked, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, as if the universe itself was aware of my actions and waiting to see the outcome. I pushed the thought aside, focusing on the task at hand. Finally, After what felt like an eternity, I was ready. I took a deep breath and initiated the sequence, the room filling with a low hum as the equipment powered up. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the air seemed to shimmer, a ripple effect spreading through the room. I felt a strange sensation, as if my entire being was being pulled in multiple directions at once. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, it was over. The equipment powered down, the room returning to its normal state. I stood there, breathless and disoriented, wondering if it had worked. A moment later, my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. I opened it, my heart skipping a beat as I read the words. "Thank you. I'm back." Relief washed over me, a sense of accomplishment and closure settling in. I had done it. I had helped restore the balance, returned us to our rightful places. As I sat there processing everything that had happened, I realized that my life would never be the same. I had glimpsed a world beyond my understanding, a realm of possibilities that defied logic and reason. But for now, I was content to return to my life, to the familiar and the known. The experience had changed me, opened my eyes to the mysteries of the universe. And though I didn't have all the answers, I knew that I would face whatever came next with a newfound sense of wonder and curiosity. Thank you for watching. Write comments, put likes. Do not forget to watch other videos.